A ball is thrown 400 centimeters into the air. Each time the ball bounces, its height gets cut down 80% of the previous height. Now, let's move on to the first question. Find the total distance it has traveled when it hits the surface the fifth time.
So, for the first situation, we are given a ball that is thrown and we need to find the total distance traveled by the ball. And since it is geometric series, as you can clearly see here, every time it is 80% of the previous amount. And now, let's first understand the question. A ball is thrown 400 centimeters into the air. So let's assume the ball is thrown from the ground. And we can sketch the scenario here. The A, which represents the first term, will be the first height the ball is thrown into the air, which is 400 centimeters. And the R, which is common ratio, would be 80%, which transforms into the form of decimal is 0.8. So, from the first scenario, we can observe that there is two types of length. One is the rising and one is the falling, right? We can apply the formula, which is the sum of term for geometric series here, since we are going to find the total distance. Right back to the scenario, we have to find the length that the ball rise and fall. So we will times 2 for the formula, since the length for the ball rise and for the ball to fall is equal. Is it okay? So let's go through it. So what is now you get, and let's use the calculator to find out the answer. Alright, so gives us a value which is 2689.28, and the units are centimeters. Don't forget the units. So that becomes your answers for the first question.
Now, let's move on to the second question. How many times does the ball hit the surface when it reaches 256 centimeters?
Now, for the second question, we need to find how many times the ball bounces, which is the number of terms, when it reaches 256 centimeters. I would say this time of question would be an inverse question, which is you have given the answer. Let's go into the steps to solve the question. We are given the ball bounces at 256 meters now, and they ask us to find how many times the ball bounced to reach this height, which means we need to find the number of terms here. We apply the formula Tn equals to A multiplies R to the power of n minus 1, which the Tn we can substitute to as 256, and the A is 400, the common ratio 0.8, and the n that we need to find it out, 2 equals to n minus 1, and n will be 3. And we had reached the end of question 2. Well done, guys. The ball takes 3 bounces to reach 256 centimeters.
Now, let's move on to the third and final question. If the ball would continue to bounce until it stops, how far would it travel?
For questions number 3, we use S-infinity formula, which is A over 1 minus R, and fill in the formula with the information that we got earlier. We put 2 in front because we calculate the distance of the ball, and you will get the answer, which is 4000 cm.